There was a moment I realized I have to stop waiting and just go for it. Years ago, I would go to the studio, and shout out to Steve Sachs, he was my first engineer. I would go to the studio every Friday, and sometimes I'd go to the studio 2 or 3 times a week, and within a year I had to have spent well over a few $1,000s just on studio time. But it wasn't just me going there. There were 2 people who brought me to the studio, but there was a moment that I realized I'm the only one who's gonna push myself. We kept on making song after song after song, but they always had some reason as to why we couldn't put out the music, and I never understood it because we're artists. We should be putting out this music, you know? Why are we just holding stuff in the vault? I know for a fact it had something to do with insecurity or something to do with not feeling comfortable or confident in the music that we were making, but regardless of what people thought, I always was. And honestly, I wasn't the best artist in the world, but I knew that we had something. I knew that I had something. That was the moment that I realized you have to keep going regardless of what people think. And at first, they were not a big fan of me doing it on my own, but I did it anyway. And over time, compared to every single person I've ever made music with over the last few years, I am the only one who always keeps going on the journey. And I always wondered why, but really it's because I've given myself that resilience, I've given myself that strength, and it's not easy to give yourself strength and resilience to keep pushing towards a dream that a lot of people will tell you isn't possible, but you have to tell yourself that it's possible. And I think something that I learned is you are your own best friend, and don't let anybody or anything stop you from doing what you want to do and what you believe is possible.